This week in Baltimore Eating with me, Richard Gorelick. Join us here every Thursday at 12:30 to talk about everything food-related in Baltimore. This week in Baltimore Eating is brought to you by Eddie's of Roland Park, featuring made-in-house European applesauce for $6.99 per pound. Delicately simmered for several hours with brown sugar, cinnamon, and tangy Granny Smith apples. Visit eddiesofrolandpark.com for all this week's specials and gourmet-to-go dinner solutions. We have a special guest today here from Eddie's of Roland Park. We were just talking about Eddie's of Roland Park. Well, that's so funny. And here's Charis Rose, Eddie's Creative Projects Manager. Hi, Charis.
Hi.
So glad you're here. And we sort of decided to talk about fall flavors, particularly apples and cheese pairings. A couple, not today, not this morning, but it turns out it actually feels like fall out.
It does.
A little bit.
It does. It does this afternoon, for sure. Now
Yeah.
It's started to rain a little bit. It's gray.
It'd be great. I love a nice fall gray day.
Me too.
And maybe we'll get some less humidity.
Yes, maybe.
Charis, how long have you been with Eddie's, and what's your path there?
Well, I only started a couple of months ago.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I am new to Baltimore. Actually, I'm from Chicago.
Chicago, wow.
I am from Chicago, and my background is in, I'm a chef, but I also have done a lot of work in natural food groceries and like boutique grocery stores. So Eddie was a natural fit for me.
That is a natural fit. Well, welcome to Baltimore. And
Thank you.
Chicago's a big food town.
It
right?
is. It is. A lot of food there. It is. I miss the food there for sure. But Baltimore holds its own against Chicago, I think.
What is the one food you miss most?
Oh, will I be like a cliche if I say hot dogs?
No, I was gonna suggest hot dogs.
A proper Chicago dog is something that really can only be done there. I miss it. Now that summer's over, I won't miss it as much, but I miss a dog.
Yeah, the few times I've been in Chicago, I didn't do the dogs. I'm going to have to go back and really do that.
You should.
Yep.
Just be ready for what it is.
I'm prepared. Hey, you're here to talk today, like I said, about apple and cheese pairings. So if you're having an event coming up at your house and want to just give your friends and your guests some delightful fall flavors, apples and cheese. Let's talk about them.
Let's do.
Some examples.
I did. We have some amazing choices. I had the pleasure of eating all of these things last night, and so I wanted to confirm that I wasn't going to lie to anyone and talk about cheeses I didn't know or cheeses and apples I hadn't eaten together.
Appreciate that.
So I've done my research.
Good.
And so what we have first, this is the this blue. Do you want to hold that up?
Yeah, I'm going to hold it to this camera.
So that is the Bleu d'Auvergne. It's really tasty. It's creamy. It's mild. It's kind of a blue cheese hater converter cheese. It's a starter blue. So it's mild, and it's once you temper it, it comes to room temperature. It spreads really nicely.
That's a nice quality in a blue.
It is.
And any cheese, it's a nice quality.
Yeah, agreed. And it's really nice with the Granny Smith. The tart acid really cuts the fat, and it's a very creamy, fatty cheese, and so it really does well with the Granny Smith.
And I'm going to pretend there are no dumb questions. Literally, how are we eating this? Are we slicing the apple up into, like with an apple core, and then slice it, and then spread the cheese right on the apple, or are we getting little crackers or bread?
I did it just with the apple. The apple is the cracker. You don't need a cracker in this case. I think that's too much crunch in your mouth, I think, at that point. So I just spread the cheese right on there. I super
love that tip about a spreadable blue. And if anyone can just file that away, Bleu d'Auvergne, Auvergne. I think, as I remember.
I think you're right.
Yeah. From France, I think.
Yep, it's French. Yep. It's French, and it's delicious. Great.
And
So
Smith.
Yep.
But we'll back up and we'll talk about different qualities that different apples have. And what was it about Granny Smith?
They're tart and they're acidic. They have a really forward acid, and so they cut the fat in that cheese.
I love this.
Yeah,
I love this
nice.
So much. Oh, I see now. I don't know what the apples are, but the cheese is Tillamook.
Yeah, that's an extra, like a reserve sharp, so it has the little crystals in it.
Yeah.
It's very pungent cheddar. That's an amazing cheese. And then this is a Kanzi apple. It's from New Zealand. It has one. It's one I hadn't eaten before. It has a really fun shape. Can you hold that up? It has it's like heart shaped.
It is heart shaped. I'm gonna do a rotate.
Yeah, neat. Yeah, it's a really fun shape. They're a little bit like a gala in that they're kind of sweet tart. They're a little softer. They're not quite as crisp as some others, so they're really good snacking, eating apples.
Oh, I love a good. I like when you go to the farmer's market and they have labels like good snacking apple and good eating apple.
Yeah.
And I guess you can get help at Eddie's with that too.
For sure. Sure. You could ask anyone in the cheese department. Anyone in produce would help you also.
So
these are nice together because they're both a little milder. They're not as kind of, this is definitely not as acidic, and it doesn't need to be. I would say this cheese is crumbly, and so you do need to sort of be aware of that this might be the kind of pairing where you'd eat the cheese on a cracker and then also have slices of apple.
Fair enough. And again, what is the name of this?
Kanzi, Kanzi. It's new to me. It may even be a newer variety. It's new to me.
Kanzi. I'm going to go look for Kanzi at Eddie's. I'm going to hold up this one.
That camembert is fabulous. It's very buttery. It has a almost meaty flavor to it. It's so savory. It's very buttery. And those are Honeycrisp apples, which most people know now.
Honeycrisp, right.
And they are delicious. These are the organic ones that we have at the store. And those do really well together. So this is also a crisper, tartar apple, not quite as tart as the Granny, but it is crisp enough to have that soft cheese spread right on it.
It's a real crowd pleaser too, Honeycrisp.
Yeah.
People really like it.
And the bloomy rind cheeses, so the camemberts, the blueberries, the ones with the white bloomy rind on the outside, those are good with tartar, also with the more tart apples.
That makes sense to me. It does. And do you have just a feel for when you would take this cheese out of the refrigerator?
It's a really good thing to ask. So you want to do that with all your cheeses.
Yes.
You want to temper them.
I love that word, temper.
Me too. But with the camembert, probably not as soon. Like you wait longer with this cheese because I had them out. I took them all out at the same time last night, and this one was a little messy to work with.
Got a little bit right.
Yes, which is it's nice. I mean, it's very. It's a good experience, but it was messy.
Oh, I'll be there all over them running camembert for sure. For sure. This sounds like so much fun. And what other fruits are you thinking about?
Pears, for sure, pears.
Yeah.
And I would say that this blue cheese specifically would be amazing, possibly better even than an apple would be a pear with that
Like
with
a really
that Dove
crisp
Aran.
fall pear. Yum.
Yeah.
Pears are kind of divisive, I found out. So not everyone likes pears. Isn't that
Who doesn't
weird?
like pears?
I know.
That's bizarre.
Didn't want to trust those people
Right.
anymore.
Right.
The crew is shaking its head.
Yeah.
They're in disbelief.
Better.
Hey, where this week? If you just got here, you are watching This Week in Baltimore Eating with me, Richard Gorelick, which is brought to you by Eddie's of Roland Park, your source for fabulous fall flavors and recipe suggestions, such as caramelized apple grilled cheese sandwich. We were just talking about that at home. I told my roommate what I was doing today, and we were talking about the phenomenon of like really thinly sliced apples with a grilled cheese. What kind of cheese are we going to use for that, do you think?
I mean, I think you could use a combination if you want to get fancy. I would do some kind of yellow cheese. A Colby would be really good. Maybe a Colby Jack even would be good. Also some cheddar. You want to throw some cheddar in there.
Man, there's some aged Goudas that get all caramelized
good point.
too.
Yeah.
And Gouda melts so.
And a smoked one would be really good.
Yeah.
In that. Yep.
Oh my gosh,
smoky
Gouda's
Gouda
really
with a caramelized apple would be amazing.
Okay, this might have to happen today.
It's almost lunchtime.
I'll learn more at eddiesofrolandpark.com/recipes, and be sure to comment, like, and share, and follow up at hashtag #JameWe'reEating. Do you want to talk a little bit about food in Baltimore?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know much yet. I'm new.
We can. I'll be the smart one then.
Please,
I never get to be the smart one.
please.
It's usually Amanda's always the smart one. Did anyone go? We want to know from our viewers. Go to night market.
I did.
Weekend. You did.
I did.
There you go. This worked out great. Tell me what you thought. I mean, I said last Thursday that people should eat before they go there. And it turned out to be kind of good advice.
I
Did you
have
get
to
eat?
No,
Right.
I didn't. I have to be honest. I did not get to eat. We got there and were blown away by the attendance. It was
Yeah.
we took the purple Charm City circulator
Yeah.
down there, and multiple people on the bus were going, and then we all got off together, and it was this really cool experience. The music was great, but we saw the lines were insane.
That's what I saw on social media, that people were having a great time. And I follow a lot of people on social media that are so cranky, but even those people who couldn't get food were not unhappy. They were just having a great time.
It was really fun. The music was good. We ran into some friends right as soon as we walked in. It was a really neat experience, but we ended up going somewhere else for food later.
I'm curious about restaurants you might have heard about in Baltimore that you have or have not made it to yet. Do you have a list of places you need to get to?
So I live near our house, and so I go there a lot. It's kill 11 birds with one stone kind of situation, and so we go there. I'm a big fan of the arepas there, and the chicken. And then we recently went to Clavel, which blew our minds.
Say, close by.
Yeah, that was amazing. I really like queso fundido anyway, but there's this
the bottom of the fundido.
Yeah,
golly days, we're talking about this. How would you describe that? As a cheese fondue?
Yeah. But they put it in that hot, the hot stone bowl,
and the best part's right at the bottom of it.
Because it's crisped a little.
Man,
it's really good.
So Clavel, I've taken people that are food snob. Well, food, they come from big cities, and if you take them to Clavel, they're like, I don't think that's going to work for me, and then they have the best time at Clavel.
Yeah,
really proud of it.
Their drink menu is really above average. Also, they're doing something creative with their drinks.
That's great to know.
Yeah,
I'm happy that you think that.
Yeah, that's a couple blocks from my apartment. So
we're gonna wrap it up in a minute or two, but we're so happy you stopped by. Anything else that you wanted to talk about today?
Yeah, we have a couple of events.
Please.
Some food events at Eddie's at both locations. So on this Saturday, a week from Saturday. So next Saturday, October 6th, from 11 to 3. I know, it's crazy. At the Roland store, we have a apple and cheese pairing event. So if you had any more questions about any of this or just wanted to get some samples, that will be at Roland. And then on Sunday, at the same time, 11 to 3 at the North Charles Street location.
Oh, that's great.
So the 6th and the 7th, 11 to 3. First one, Saturdays at Roland, Sundays at Charles.
That sounds like fun. You should do it, everybody, and because you'll be snacking on cheese and apples.
Yeah.
Apples are called apples.
They are called apples. They're right here.
Thank you so much, Charis.
Thank you for having me.
This week in Baltimore Eating has been brought to you by Eddie's of Roland Park, featuring apple and cheese pairing events on Saturday, October 6th at Roland Avenue, and on Sunday, October 7th at North Charles Street. Details and other events are at the website, eddiesofrolandpark.com. Sign up for the This Week in Baltimore Eating newsletter at jmoreliving.com/newsletters. Hey, be sure to tune in on October 4th. That's next Thursday.
Yes.
October 4th is next Thursday, when Lane Levine of A Friendly Bread will be here with us. And thank you to Charis for being here today.
Thank you for having me. It was really fun.
Welcome to Baltimore.
Thanks.